they asked me how I felt about what was said about me on another platform from some other people. You know, that's something. I'm not a troublemaker.
Jim will be out of business after August 3rd, so I'm practicing the weatherman. As you can see, I'm in Harlem, New York. What up, Harlem? I love y'all, you know, but I shit don't go that fast, okay? But anyway, I just want to say, after August 3rd, I'm going to be the new weatherman. If I ain't going to be it, Kiss is going to fill in, or we're going to have to do this shit together. But August 3rd, after August 3rd, no more weatherman from Capo. It's over.
All you gotta do is pull up here. You know, you wanna join me? Pull up and join me. You know what I'm saying? Pull right up here and you can join me. I'm on live.
Yeah, talk that shit. Yeah.
We're here, baby. Pull up.
Know what's up?
211, never here.
Know what's up? We out.
You know what I mean? We're here, baby. J1 pulling up. He went home. You know, after the gym, he wanna go get flea. All you gotta do is pull up, 211 Napton here. Get checked out, and everything else will fall in line after that. I'm out here with the legends, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, man,
you see it, man. OG Prince, man, one of the most solid individuals ever touched the universe.
Right.
And we keep it solid, we keep it real, original over here, 100%. You see who pulls up? The real ones. And we keeping it solid. That's all we do over here. No extra bullshit. If you ain't coming on that type of time, stay where you at. Get your prostate checked, get you a juice. Juice is for life.
This right here, one of the coldest reality checks hip-hop has ever seen. The day Jadakiss and Styles P completely tore into Jim Jones live on air wasn't just funny, it was savage. Jim tried to defend himself after the Dipset versus LOX battle. But what should have been a friendly debate turned into a straight-up verbal beatdown, leaving the culture laughing and reminding everyone why the LOX run New York with unstoppable respect. Let's take it back to that legendary night when Dipset and the LOX faced off on Verzoos. Harlem versus Yonkers, Flash versus Bars. It was supposed to be iconic. Fans were buzzing, calling it one of the greatest New York rap showdowns ever. But when the mics went live, it got messy real quick. The LOX weren't messing around. They came locked in with surgical precision, insane breath control, and real stage presence. Jadakiss's freestyle energy and Styles P's raw grit had the crowd losing it. Meanwhile, Dipset looked all over the place, rapping over tracks, arguing on stage, leaning on bling and old hits instead of pure performance.
Jim Jones, Styles P, let's talk about it. Versus started out as how much body of work you got, how many dope-ass singles you got, right? Then it grew and progressed into having levels to this shit. It's sort of like boxing. You think you're gonna mash somebody the f out until them lights come on, it's a different story. Styles P said, I'm a barsmith. It's levels to this shit. Meaning, look, I could go on my bag with singles, but I can also go on my bags with body and shit. Far as freestyles. Can Jim Jones do that? Maybe he can. Have people seen Jim Jones do that? No, they haven't. Because like I said, once you get under them bright lights like a boxer, it's a different story.
The turning point, when Jadakiss dropped that "Who Shot Your Freestyle," it straight up stole the show. The moment he grabbed the mic, he told the crowd, "We in New York, man, this is real rap." And just like that, you could see Jim Jones' confidence vanish. Dipset tried to fight back with hits, but it was already too late. They got completely outclassed in front of the whole culture. After that public ill, Jim Jones did what he always does, tried to talk his way out. A few days later, he hit a radio show claiming, "We wasn't prepared like them. They rehearsed. We just came to have fun. Fans weren't buying it, and neither were Jadakiss or Styles P." Then things got savage. Who calls in during Jim's explanation? None other than Jadakiss. He jumped on the line and snapped, "Ain't no excuses, bro. You got cooked. We came to work. Y'all came to pose." The studio went dead silent. Even the host couldn't hold it in. Styles P laughed, "Y'all Harlem dudes had matching outfits but forgot the lyrics." Everyone lost it, except Jim. You could hear the frustration creeping in, but he tried to stay cool, calling it friendly competition. By then, though, the damage was already done.
Jim Jones.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, he's been in a few fights.
Has he won any?
I believe so.
Oh, really? Which one?
They say he beat
His baby mama or something like that?
Nah, he beat up dude at the restaurant.
Who, the cook?
Let me see.
I don't even think he's from Harlem, tell you the truth.
You don't think he's from Harlem?
Nope. I think they never talk about him being in Harlem. I think he's from North Bronx or some shit.
You know, he claims a blood gang out there.
Britney Spears claims a blood gang. And
What made that on-air moment so savage wasn't just what was said, it was the tone. Jadakiss and Styles P didn't come at Jim like enemies. Nah, they came like older brothers showing him he got caught slipping, and that hit even harder. No yelling, no cursing, just calm, confident, and surgical wordplay. Jadakiss hit him with, "Y'all thought this was a fashion show. We thought it was hip-hop." That line instantly went legendary. Social media exploded. Memes, reaction videos, quotes still circulating today. Jim tried to clap back saying, "We had the bigger hits," but even that fell flat. Styles P shut it down instantly. "You can't out-hit bars, bro. You can't dress your way out of defeat." Every time Jim tried to speak, the LOX doubled down. You could tell they weren't just defending themselves. They were defending the soul of rap itself.
Mace needed to go on a diet. He needed to get his life together. He needed to go to the doctor and get a physical. He looked terrible, bad body, back ass. It looked big around the neck. Waist looked crazy. I'm body shaming this. You heard? He needed to go get his shit together, get on the treadmill, do some push-ups, do something. You heard? Especially for playing with me.
Fans in the comments went absolutely wild that day. People were saying stuff like Jim got humbled twice, once on stage, once on the radio. Others claimed Dipset made New York look soft, while the LOX brought the hunger back. And honestly, they weren't lying. That Versus battle became a huge turning point for both crews. For the LOX, it was a rebirth. Jadakiss became a living legend overnight, and Styles P reminded everyone why he's one of the most respected MCs in the game. For Jim Jones and Dipset, it exposed the gap between image and real skill. Jim always leaned more on style than substance. Harlem's known for the fashion, the flash, the talk, but when it's time for pure bars, flash won't save you. The LOX came with discipline, chemistry, and years of loyalty. Dipset, they came with egos and nostalgia. That's why the LOX walked away with more than a win. They walked away with the culture's respect. After the radio humiliation, Jim tried to patch things up. He posted on Instagram saying, "It's all love." New York won either way, but everyone saw straight through that. It was damage control. You could feel the hurt in his interviews. Later, he started throwing weak jabs at Jadakiss, saying, "I could outwork him in the gym, but not on stage." That only made him look worse, like a sore loser moving the goalposts. At that point, even Dipset fans had to admit it. The LOX crushed them, and Jim's pride was still trying to heal.
I think Jim was trolling. So I don't have much to say about it because I don't believe that Jim Jones believes that he's a better rapper than Nas, Pusha T, and Styles P. Yeah. I think he's an icon in terms of the fashion
culturally,
shit.
All
and
that.
Yeah, but we got to stop the train at somewhere.
Nas is a good place to stop that train.
Nas is a great place to stop that train for anybody.
Yeah.
When you start naming specific people,
I'm not mad at that.
It feels weird to me. Also, he doesn't have more Billboard entries than Nas. That's the other thing.
I didn't check it.
He does.
I saw some people fact checking, and he don't.
He does not, and it's not particularly close.
Yeah, it's not.
He doesn't have a bigger listening base.
I wouldn't have thought it was close, but again, I didn't check it.
It's not close, and
Even if you remove features,
even if you get rid of
still
features,
not close.
It's just not close. I mean, you look at Spotify. Nas has 9 million followers. I think Jim has like 850,000. I mean, the traditional metric. You look at Grammys. I don't think they're on the same planet. I don't think that they should be debating that.
See, and that's why it's smart for Jim to insert himself in these conversations.
What made this whole thing even funnier? Styles P turned it into straight-up content gold. After the battle, he hit his own podcast laughing about how Jim Jones was still trying to spin the story. Styles said, "Ain't no spinning the truth, bro. You got cooked. It's okay. Take your L and move on." Calm, confident, and slightly amused. The way he said it just added to the humiliation. He even joked that Harlem had Prada, making everyone crack up. Meanwhile, Jadakiss was playing chess while Jim was stuck on checkers. He didn't even mention Jim anymore, just kept performing, dropping freestyles, and selling out shows across the country. That's when you know you've won. Your opponent's still explaining himself while you're getting paid for victory laps. To make it worse for Jim, other rappers started weighing in. Mano joked on live, "Yo, I told Jim, the LOX different. That's workout rap versus war rap." Even Fat Joe laughed in an interview, calling Jadakiss the General of New York. Everywhere Jim turned, someone reminded him of that L. It stuck with him. No matter what he did, people would always bring up that one loss, making it part of his identity.
Jim Jones, Nas wasn't even a debate. Nas is a legend. Nas put in work.
Nas's lyrics. Jim's not even fucking close. The shit Jim says doesn't even make sense compared to what Nas has done for our culture. Hip hop, don't you stupid motherfucker know, you dumb, idiotic, wanna be entertained. Are you fucking crazy? You don't play with someone's legacy like this. Y'all know it's not even fucking close. I had the Source magazine. I did amazing shit. I helped a lot of you motherfuckers. Motherfuckers whose careers, and believe me, it's not like it was just me, but I had a hand in helping the culture progress, move forward, grab in the street to help put a light on them. Myself, Dave Mason, and the rest of the crew. I've never seen more clown shit in my life. Ain't no fucking way. Now we're gonna start taking real legends and legacies, and we're gonna start tainting them with this foolishness right now. Are you fucking kidding me? Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way. You can't play with legacies like that. You can't play with Nas's name and his body of work like that. Everybody knows that Jim Jones catalog ain't got nothing to do with Nas. Why are we even entertaining that? Jim is more relevant than Nas now. Get the fuck out of here with that, man. This shit right here got y'all fucked up. Go listen to Nas, or even go listen to Jim. Music is to be listened to, not to be talked about. This is the most disrespectful, one of the most disrespectful shit that's happened to our culture is how much attention this Jim Jones and Nas shit is getting.
And what hurt the most? Jim always wanted that same respect Jadakiss and Styles P commanded. He wanted people to see him not just as a hustler or hype man, but as a real MC. But when you get dismantled on the world stage, rebuilding that image is brutal. You can drop 10 mixtapes, but that mic check moment sticks forever. Even months later, Jim was still trying to rewrite the story. He claimed Dipset had the bigger catalog, hinted at a rematch under better conditions, and even said the LOX rehearsed too much. Fans didn't care. Preparation is part of greatness. The LOX came ready to perform. Dipset came ready to pose. That's the difference between craftsmanship and comfort. Every few months, clips of that battle resurface online and the comment sections explode again. Younger fans who didn't even grow up with Dipset are now calling Jadakiss and Styles legends while roasting Jim all over again. That's how deep this humiliation ran. It crossed generations. And here's the poetic twist. Jim Jones spent years trying to prove he was real New York, but it took two Yonkers vets to show him exactly what real New York rap still looks like. One of the coldest dices the city has ever seen.
It's one of the most disrespectful shit that's happened to our culture. But I'm sure y'all will find some other stupid shit to pay attention to fuck our legacy, to fuck our culture while the powers that be, the mother that's holding the strings are steady laughing at us. Disrespecting us while they on their yachts and mega mansions. They give us the crumbs, and what happens? We want to flex on each other. Y'all done really let this motherfucking device take over y'all's souls, y'all's spirits, y'all's minds. This thing controls everything y'all think, y'all say, and y'all do. Now, do you think God wanted it like that? And y'all can't even help it. Y'all run to this and you stay on it all day and entertain both. Y'all need to be ashamed of yourself for even entertaining this Nas and Jim shit. Ashamed. But this is what a good example, and I want y'all to hear me, a good example of what social media is doing. Social media can take anybody who ain't and put them against somebody who's one of the greatest orators, speakers, rappers, men in our time. And y'all think that's cool? Y'all think that shit's like fly? Y'all done lost it, bro. Y'all done lost the essence of what life is about, of what being black is about. They're winning. Man, get the fuck out of here.
At the end of the day, what went down between Jim Jones and the LOX was bigger than just beef. It was a straight-up culture check. Jadakiss and Styles P didn't just humble Jim, they humbled a whole mindset creeping into hip-hop for years. The idea that flash, fashion, and followers matter more than skill, preparation, and respect. Think about it. When Jadakiss said, y'all rapping over your own vocals, he wasn't just clowning Dipset. He was calling out an entire generation of artists who forgot how to take the craft seriously. That's why fans still go crazy over that moment. It felt like old school New York slapped the new New York awake. and Jim happened to be the face of that wake-up call. After that night, even Jim started moving differently. He focused more on business, stepped back from the tough guy act, and tried to rebrand himself as a grown man in hip-hop. But that shadow, the on-air embarrassment, still follows him every time he tries to talk slick or act superior. People just bring up the LOX. That night reset everything. Jadakiss and Styles didn't set out to destroy him, but they did. Real artists expose the truth. And in hip-hop, truth hits harder than any diss track. You can't fake chemistry, you can't fake breath control, and you definitely can't fake a legacy. That's what separates icons from imitators. The LOX walked out of their zoos as certified legends, not because of age or nostalgia, but because they reminded everyone what real authenticity sounds like. Jim Jones, on the other hand, walked out realizing that fame don't equal respect. You can have the money, the clothes, the cameras, but if you don't master your craft, the real ones will call you out. The disrespect was real, but so was the lesson. Jadakiss and Styles P didn't just clown Jim Jones, they reminded the culture that no matter how the game changes, bars still matter. And that's why, years later, people still talk about it like it just happened. That moment wasn't just humiliation, it was correction. The LOX didn't just win the battle, they restored the balance of hip-hop in a world full of filters and fake flexing. Two veterans showed up and proved that real skill never dies. And Jim Jones, he'll forever be part of that story. The man who got humbled on the mic by two of the greatest to ever do it.